All right, everybody, let's get set up here. Tracking some strong thunderstorms to the west. We'll break in again if anything concerning pops up, but gonna have to get this update done and back out for just a few minutes. But we'll go ahead and talk about what we've got. So we've got some heavy showers of storms moving across the area, and some of these have produced some wind damage off to the west. Now, these have been producing some downburst winds, and they have caused wind damage off to the west. Looking at the Doppler radar right now, I see some gusty winds approaching up around New Market, mainly in between just to the north of New Market and on up into Tennessee. There's some very high winds there with some of those storms 50 plus easily up there. There is a special weather statement in effect for parts of Jackson County, also Marshall County, but at the moment I don't see damaging winds, but I do see some high winds with this stuff. So let's go ahead and put it back in motion. Go ahead and get back to the reflectivity. I don't see damaging winds yet, but I do see some gusty winds with these storms as they're coming across. Now, keep in mind they could produce downbursts, and downbursts happen very fast, and sometimes there's no warning on them when they happen. So, heads up there. We are getting reports of power outages right now in Huntsville, Owens Crossroads area. That's the purple that you've just seen pop up on the radar there. There is some power outages due to this stuff coming across. So let's take a look at the special weather statement. It's been issued out for Marshall, Madison, Morgan, Limestone, Jackson, Franklin, Tennessee, and Lincoln, Tennessee. At 2:56 p.m., a strong thunderstorm will impact northwest Marshall, northwestern Jackson and Madison, southeastern Limestone, central Morgan, southeastern Lincoln, and southwest Franklin counties through 3:45. At 2:56 p.m., Doppler radar tracking a strong thunderstorm over northwest Huntsville, moving east at 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour possible. Locations impacted would include Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, Moores Mill, Meridianville, Redstone Arsenal, Hazel Green, Priceville, Owens Crossroads, and Huntland. Now, these are some pretty heavy storms. Again, some power outages in the Huntsville area now showing up on our Doppler radar. Very low risk of anything severe, but again, there is that possibility. As you note, our Storm Prediction Center outlook has North Alabama, or most of us, under a level 1 marginal risk of severe thunderstorms for today. So we'll continue to watch this line as it progresses east. If anything concerning pops up, we will jump right back in. So that's going to be it for the moment. And we'll jump back in if we see anything concerning. So take care, everybody. We'll leave the live up. That way we can jump back in if we need to. So we'll be watching it right here with everybody else. Thanks again, everybody, for joining me here. All right, everybody, breaking back in here as I'm seeing some higher winds now. South of Huntsville, seeing some gusty winds now as this showers of storms progress to the east. Some probably 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts around south of Huntsville. I'm also seeing some stronger storms moving across Eva. That's going to be moving into northwest portions of Marshall County. Some gusty winds there. Also, some stuff moving toward Arab. There is a warning out, but that's going to be southwest of our area. Really, just some really high winds, heavy rain, all that good stuff is what I'm seeing on radar here. Now, seeing a little bit of hail there south of Huntsville with this storm. That could be some of the higher winds also being able to reach the ground there. But the stuff's not moving very fast. As you can tell, it's moving only 15 mile an hour, but there's some heavy rainfall with it as it's coming across. We'll take a look at our tower cam outside looking to the west toward all this. Let's go ahead and grab that up. Probably take me just a minute to do that. Should be able to grab it up right now. It's looking off to the west from our tower, actually our anemometer camera. Looking west, seeing some of the clouds starting to come in. And we'll move to the tower cam. Let's take a look at that. Pretty much the same, just some clouds coming in. Not a lot to view, but you can definitely see those storms off in the distance there, a little bit darker, looking off kind of to the northwest. So hope everybody's having a good day. Again, at the moment, nothing severe in our listening area, so that's good. But there is still some high winds. We do have some power outages in Huntsville, as you can see right here by the little purple graphic there. There is some power outages due to the high winds coming through. That's going to be moving into Jackson County, but to be honest, it's weakening a lot up around New Market area. It's really weakening out. We do have a thunderstorm developing right now, kind of north of High Top. Some heavy stuff there. At the moment, the heaviest storms that I really see in our listening area will be around from kind of from the Huntsville area, around Owens Crossroads of Huntsville. Is the heaviest stuff I see at the moment on the radar. Now there is some heavier stuff south. That's going to be further southwest. There's a warning in effect there around Double Springs and Lynn. But other than that, just some very high winds, gusty winds, and very heavy rain. Maybe even some hail embedded in this stuff as it progresses east. So. We'll sit back here and watch it. Just wanted to update again. Looks like a flash flooding discussion has went up as well. I want to check that out. And let's talk about flash flooding. Increasing threat of flash flooding over the next several hours as thunderstorms initiate near and along the proximity of a stationary front over the southeast U.S. Rainfall rates upwards 2 to 3 inches per hour are possible in the strongest storms. So, wow, that's a good bit of rainfall, so could have some flooding with these as they move across. Very slow moving storms. So yeah, some very heavy rainfall possible with the storms as they move across the area. So we'll be sitting back here watching. If we see anything of concern, we'll definitely jump back in. We're going to take a look at velocity one more time. I still see some higher winds up around Huntland, northeast of New Market. Some gusty winds around Gurley, south, also south of Huntsville. Some high winds there coming across. Some high winds just to the west of Arab. Looks like some around Cherokee Ridge, moving into Marshall County. And also some around Gurley, Woodville. But other than that, that's about it. So we're going to step back. We'll leave the radar up. If we see anything concerning, we'll definitely jump back in. So make sure you got it set to receive updates and all that. And hang out with us if you can. We'll jump in. If you hear a warning or something, make sure you jump back in with us and we'll start covering it. But hopefully everything just weakens and we get a lot of rain and wind. That's really what it looks like. A lot of rain and wind, very low threat of severe. So we'll keep watching it. It'll probably be the next hour probably before it enters Rainsville. Just saying. These storms are not moving very fast at all. And also, before I do that, I got to give a shout out to my sponsors for helping us keep this going. The RKG Automotive Group. If you're looking for your new dream vehicle, make sure you go check them out, and you can give them a call give them a call as well at 256-323-7323. Lots of good cars at good prices. And also, if you need a photographer for family events, weddings, gatherings, other events, go check out Sammy Brook Photography on Facebook. And also, our new sponsor will be All Star Roofing. Let me get my graphic out of the way. You can see it there. All Star Roofing, 24/7 emergency tarping, free inspections, free estimates. Give them a call at 256-687-0024 for more information there. So let's get back to Doppler radar, and we'll leave it up. If we see anything, we'll jump back in. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. I appreciate it. Like, share, and follow. All right. Seeing some higher winds now, moving past the high top radar. I wanted to jump on that. It's pretty gusty winds here. What's weird is the special weather statement's not been extended on that. So I'm going to take a look at that through another radar here. Hopefully everybody's hearing me really well. I'm hoping for nothing severe. That's what we're hoping for. Nothing severe. But I am seeing a little bit of a bow out on this storm now. I noticed that. That's going to be moving toward New Hope. Seeing a little bit of a bow out on these storms in between Owens Crossroads and New Hope. So that's starting to get a little bit concerning there. I was wanting to look at that to a second radar too, not just use one of them for my opinion, but using more than one. But a little bit of a bow out there on that storm. Gonna watch that. Not seeing really anything damaging with it at the moment. A little bit of a bow going on with this storm here around Owens Crossroads, New Hope.
Going to be a red Jeep and a white
A little bit. That's going to be entering toward Owens Crossroads, New Hope. We'll watch that area. Right now, there's not any damaging winds showing up on radar, but it has got a little bit of a bow echo showing up or trying to develop in there. So there's going to be torrential rainfall with these and some very high winds, that's for sure. A little bit of an outflow boundary ahead of it passing the high top radar. There is some gusty winds with that as well. And that's going to be generally in this area here. So some gusty winds out ahead of all this around High Top, Skyline, Pleasant Groves. Now, these storms are capable of producing some downburst winds, and those downbursts could produce wind damage, something we're watching carefully. So keep that in mind as these move through. It could be some unexpected damaging winds with these. So very quickly, they could happen very quick before the radar can pick it up. So just a little heads up there. Now this is starting to move into western parts of Jackson County around looks like kind of Woodville, Pleasant Groves here shortly. Right now over Girdley. Still not seeing damaging winds with any of it, but I do see some higher winds showing up south of Girdley. And there is a special weather statement in effect for the next 12 minutes. Pretty big area. This will probably extend further east here shortly, so kind of waiting on that. All right, sorry about that. Had to mute everybody for just a minute. About to sneeze there. Sorry about that. Anyway, strong thunderstorm will impact northwestern Marshall and northwestern Jackson, Madison and southeast Limestone, central Morgan, southeastern Lincoln, and southwest Franklin through 3:45. And that's at 2:56. Doppler radar tracking strong thunderstorms over northwest Huntsville, moving east at 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts up to 50 mile an hour possible. Locations impacted: Huntsville, Decatur, Madison, Moores Mill, Meridianville, Huntsville, Redstone Arsenal, Hazel Green, Priceville, Owens Crossroads, and Huntland. So that's what we're looking at. Should have an extension on this special weather statement here shortly. So I'm kind of waiting on that to see if that happens or not. But flooding and high winds going to be a concern with that. We'll keep an eye on it right here at the DeKalb County Severe Weather Team. So we'll break back in if we see anything concerning. Thank you all so much for watching, and I do appreciate it. All right, everybody. So the radar is not wanting to cooperate today, so I'm sorry about all that. But yeah, I was trying to draw a track out of it. Just don't want to have it. So we're still sitting back here watching. Still got some strong stuff moving into the western parts of Marshall County. All that's progressing off to the east. It will get into our area, but some good news is I do see it weakening a bit, but I do see some very heavy rainfall with it. And yeah, there's not been any sound. This is only live radar only. I'm only breaking in if I see anything concerning, but just want to let everybody know that I do see it weakening just a bit. So that is good. But there is still some very heavy stuff around New Market. New special weather statement now coming out. I was waiting on that. The good news is, though, is the northern parts of the storms over Jackson County have weakened a good bit. But just got out a new special weather statement, and that is going to be for us. Let me go ahead and get my radios. I'm going to read that out at the same time. So give me just a second, get my radio up. Station 58, strong thunderstorm will impact Marshall, southwestern Jackson, southeastern Madison, southwest DeKalb, Coleman, and southeast Morgan counties. That'll be through 4:30 p.m. At 3:42 p.m., Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Guntersville. That's moving off to the east at 30 miles per hour. So wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and some pea-sized hail will be possible with that. Locations impacted would include Albertville, that's in Marshall County, Coleman, Scottsboro in Jackson County, Boaz, Marshall County, Guntersville, Arab, be Rainsville and DeKalb, Huntsville, Good Hope, and Owens Crossroads area. So those areas will be impacted by those high winds. Special weather statement out again. Keeping an eye on it. Nothing severe at the moment. Station 58, please standing by. Let's check our tower cam out again here and see what we got. As just mentioned, it'll be moving through Guntersville any moment, any time now, within the next probably 5 to 10 minutes. Starting to get a little bit darker, but still not too bad. Outside looking at the camera, I absolutely love this camera here. All right, so we're going to go back quiet. We'll be watching it. Hello, Jimmy and Brittany Adams. Like I said, probably be in Rainsville within the next 30 minutes or so. If it makes it that far, to be honest, it looks like it's trying to go south a little bit. I do see some higher winds around Grant. That's why I brought my audio back up. Between Woodville and Grant, I'm seeing some higher winds, probably around 40 to 50 miles an hour. Also, some small hail in there as well, maybe around pea-sized hail, also possible in that. But I do see some higher winds in between Woodville and Grant. But the good news is for the parts up in Jackson County around Skyline, High Top, Pleasant Groves, it's pretty much weekend out. Y'all are just getting some gusty winds, some occasional thunder, lightning, and some rainfall. I mean, that's about it. Not really a big deal there, but from here, kind of further south, as I was mentioning, the line is trying to move a bit south. Possibility that some of this will make it into the Powell, Rainsville area, maybe even Langston section. Possibility. It looks like it'll go toward Geraldine, areas like that. Guntersville, y'all will be getting some rain and storms here very shortly, if you're not right now. Albertville, Boaz next. Arab, y'all got storms right now. New Hope, Grant getting storms right now. That's where the highest winds are at the moment, is around Grant and Woodville. So that's what I'm watching on radar.
Oh, great.
But yeah, Jimmy, hope you're doing good. Thanks for joining me here. But good to see everybody. Appreciate every one of you for joining me here. I'll be kind of in and out. I won't be talking the whole time, but I'll be kind of in and out. If I see something concerning, I'll mention it. But that being said, just wanted to mention that some gusty winds in between Woodville and Grant. You could also get some higher winds anywhere in that area. Special weather statement covers pretty much Woodville, Langston, and Jackson County. Um, Covers Marshall County around Grant, Guntersville, Albertville, Boaz, Douglas, Arab, covers them areas. And DeKalb County, it covers Geraldine, Fife, Rainsville area. So watch that and see if that continues to be the case or if it weakens. It looks like some heavy rain, gusty winds, to say the least, with it. So we'll keep watching it. Going to back out and got to answer the radio there and see what was going on with that, as I didn't catch it. So we'll keep watching it right here. Thanks, everybody. Roger that. All right, so we have got some reports of some trees down around Arab, all that good stuff with these winds coming through. We do see some higher winds there around Arab, all that's passing through right now, but we did get some reports of some trees down there. To be expected with that kind of rainfall, especially. Still tracking this stuff off to the kind of the east southeast. But yeah, there is some trees down in the Arab area through hearing that right now on dispatch. Still watching it move off to the east. Jackson County, y'all are still looking good. Just some showers or storms popping up east of Skyline along that gust front. But other than that, just some light to moderate rain, maybe some thunder and lightning and some wind. There's going to be some gusty winds through there as it's pushing on off to the east. Still seeing some gusty winds passing Grant, kind of moving off to the east toward Langston. That's in the southern southwest portion of Jackson County. Woodville, Langston, y'all got some heavy wind, rain, lightning, all that good stuff. But watching the storms move to the east now, I got a report on the radio that there is a shelf cloud with this storm. So there will be some gusty winds behind a shelf cloud, obviously. But if y'all get any photos of that, let me know. This our unit there was located in, I believe, near Albertville. He said he was looking off northwest. A little bit of a shelf cloud going through there. But other than that, that's about it. We'll continue watching it. If anything interesting comes, we'll jump back in. So thanks again, everybody. We'll be popping in and out, as mentioned. So thanks again. And it'll reach DeKalb County within probably the next 10 to 20 minutes at this rate. So keep watching it here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody, with me. I appreciate it. All right, jumping back in again as the storms are progressing a little bit further to the east. Starting to see them move across Marshall County into DeKalb County. Some higher winds with this, maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour. Nothing severe with any of it at the moment. Looking like that's east of Guntersville, moving into northwest parts of DeKalb. And I don't know why this thing's not loading. Here we go. Looks like around Poplar Springs, Asbury, entering into the west parts of DeKalb, around Whiten, Five Forks, Rogers, eventually Grove Oaks, South Hill, Chigger Hill area. All that's pushing off to the east toward Geraldine. Again, nothing severe with this, so just some high winds. Let's take a look at the tower cam because we do have a little better view now. Or we did have a better view. I don't know what happened to it. There we go. Starting to see those storms move in along that front. A little bit of a gust front. There it is coming in.
I needed a time frame that the color violence is split. This down to one lane, or still be something.
And there's our storms coming in along that gust front there. To the north and northwest. But good news, nothing severe. So, like I said, I'll be sitting back here watching it. If anything concerning pops up, I'll jump back in and update. Nothing severe with this. Still a special weather statement that says moving into the western parts of DeKalb. Also around Albertville, Douglas, Boaz, and Marshall County. Grant, all this moving on through. Moving kind of toward Langston and Jackson County. Section, Dutton, Pisgah, Hollywood, all that's all y'all have got some scattered showers or storms moving through. There will be some gusty winds with this. Nothing severe at the moment, though. Honestly, it's weakened a lot. So that's really good news. It's weakened out a lot as it's making its way toward DeKalb County, but still some embedded spots there. Some torrential rainfall, some gusty winds, all that expected, but nothing severe at the moment. So we're going to leave the radar up. If anything else concerning pops up, we'll jump in. So we'll be sitting right here watching with you. Guntersville, just pretty much as you're seeing on the radar there, just some heavier showers or storms moving through and some gusty winds. That's about it. To be honest, I'm not seeing really nothing else. So I will sit back here and watch it. If anything happens, I'll jump back in. All right, we've got officially about 20-mile-an-hour gust right there coming across the camera. As you can see, those winds starting to get here along that gust front. So about 20 miles per hour right now at our station. So I'll bring the audio up so you guys can really hear this wind coming in here. So that'll pretty much give you guys an idea what you've got coming your way. As we're seeing it hit our station here at Skirrum. Some high winds, as you've seen, about 20 mile an hour was the highest gust that we had. And the storms are continuing to move in. So that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing, just to be honest. Some higher wind gusts like we just seen. Then the rain's going to come in. It's going to be a little bit windy as that comes through. But that's what we're watching. And the line continues to weaken. Let's pull the radar up and look at that. Line is really continuing to weaken, but there is still some high winds, heavy rain, as you just seen, pushing across the area. But that's pretty much what a lot of y'all is going to see, what we just seen on the camera. Just a quick gust come in, and then we're going to have the rain behind it. There will still be some gusty conditions even as this pushes through, so don't get me wrong. There could be some higher gusts embedded in this, up to 50 miles an hour. Won't rule that out. Special weather statement still in effect, affects for another 10 minutes. Looks like around Geraldine, Fife, Rainsville, Langston and Jackson County and Woodville is still in effect for, I believe, like I said, another 10 minutes. And that's pretty much it. This is really weakening out. This is some good news. Really weakening. So some heavier rain with this and gusty winds. That's about it. It looks like it's weakened a lot. At Station 58, we've got about highest gust we had was 20 miles per hour off our anemometer station. And that's about it. Looks like it's coming on through. Everything continues to weaken a good bit. Still some heavier showers of storms entering into western parts of the cab, moving on through Marshall County around Guntersville, Albertville, Grant, Boaz. We still got breezy conditions here at the station, but nothing severe at the moment. So this is pretty much what you're going to have. And that was a big drop. I mean, it was in temperature. I noticed. So we went from 86 degrees down to 76 as this cooler air came in. What that was rain cooled outflow. That's what we're getting right now is rain cooled outflow, and it's really cool air. It is really fresh, cool air that develops ahead of the storms. Basically, the outflow from thunderstorms is what that is. It's really cool air, so it definitely dropped us down a good bit. But still not seeing anything really concerning, even on the cameras. Just breezy conditions, as you can hear the anemometer there making some noise. And we've got 16 miles per hour right now. So not really anything crazy, as you can see on the camera. I'm very glad to have this camera back up. Some trees reported down there, and Macedonia fire. I believe Jimmy will be responding to that. But yeah, I love days like this where it's kind of boring, not a lot going on, just enough action to keep you going, but nothing crazy. So that's kind of what we're dealing with now. Nothing really crazy. That's probably the highest gust we've had right there. Let me get that camera back up again. It's a pretty good little wind gust there. Yeah, we're getting some of the higher gusts right now that we've had with this as it's coming through. So still not very much over 20 miles per hour. But yeah, this reminds me of fall so much, seeing these leaves fly by the camera, and we've got the clouds looking like this. It really reminds me of fall. We get these cool fronts coming in and all. It really is interesting. Yeah, the wind's going to be bad. It's going to be rough, not really bad, but rough. The gust front is just out ahead of this stuff, and I can show you where it's at currently. Right there's our gust front. You can see it. Uh, you can make it out, but right here's where that wind is at, and it's well, if this tool will cooperate at all today, that would be nice. And of course, it's not wanting to do that. So hang on just a second. See if I can get this one to work. Okay, so there we go. Right there's our gust front. It's out ahead of this. So yeah, Fife, y'all are getting some wind. Rainsville, Sylvania, Henniger, Ider, y'all are all getting some wind with that gust front coming out ahead of it. I just realized I've got my sound on the camera and it's making all kinds of noise. So sorry about that. So there's our camera view now up on our tower, which is that's about 30 feet up on the tower. As you can see, it's moving around pretty good. So it's just a little bit breezy out there. The rain will be coming behind all this wind. So just give you a heads up. You're going to have the wind and then you're going to have the rain. It'll be a few minutes before the rain gets here. But as you can see, that gust front's way out ahead of the storms. Storms are just now starting to enter into, zoom in a little bit, moving across Albertville, Guntersville, starting to move into DeKalb County. Looking like around Geraldine, Crossville, starting to get a little bit of rain. But the heavier stuff still to the west, just slightly west. I see a little bit of hail in that storm east of Albertville, but nothing severe. Just some gusty conditions as we've been seeing. And I can actually hear some little twigs hitting the roof of our house as well, our mobile home as well. I've got a tin roof, so you can hear it hitting it, but not really a big deal. I appreciate all you hanging out with me, sure do. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow. Thankfully, the radio is kind of quiet, so that's the good news. Other than a few little calls coming in here and there, that's about it. But as always, make sure you like, share, and follow. Always do that. Helps us get the algorithm a little further up and get the word out to everybody. So I appreciate it. No power and Grove Oak. Now that some of the winds could get pretty strong. You could have a few power outages. I'm not surprised as this moves through, but so I can actually see. There's really not a lot of lightning with the storms, honestly. I haven't seen any yet at the moment since everything kind of weakened out a bit. I mean, there could still be some lightning, but I haven't seen a lot. And you can actually see the rain there in the distance. If you look at the kind of right there in that area where it's really white looking, kind of to the right there, kind of toward the middle of the screen a bit where it's white. Right there's your heavy rain, and it is on its way. As you can see, it's making its way this way very slowly. But as you can see on the camera, not seeing any lightning at the moment with it.
HPK, this is
Well, we do have some reports there is some lightning with this, but not a lot. So yeah, a little bit of lightning, not a lot though. So I want to do a vote. Would you guys rather look at the tower cams, or would you rather look at the radar, or a little bit of both? I'll let y'all decide that. So let me know below. Would you rather keep looking at the camera like this, or would you rather look at the radar? I'll switch them up either way, but you would rather see the radar. Okay. All right, we have one vote for radar. So far, that is the only vote at the moment. 2 for radar. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go by those 2 votes and say we leave it on radar then. 3 votes for radar. Okay, we'll leave it on radar then.
they really did it, man.
Well, to be honest, right now it's not in Rainsville. It's just the west of Rainsville. So, like, this stuff's not moving fast, as we've been noticing. It's moving very slowly. Special weather statements have been canceled, so the Weather Service went ahead and dropped all the special weather statements for our area at the moment. So that is some good news. If this continues to trend down like it is, we won't, be any need to stay live, to be honest, because look at this. Everything is really weakened out. Just look at that. No special weather statements with the line. So at the moment, that was just dropped a few moments ago. So really no need to stay live, to be honest, to tell you the truth. So some high gusty winds, very possible. We'll keep on watching all this as it moves across, but it looks like it's weakened a lot. Like, it's really weakened a lot. Special weather statements have been canceled, so we're going to stay. We will keep an eye on the radar and everything, but really, there's no need to be live at this point, other than just maybe some gusty winds and heavy rain that we've been seeing. So I'm probably going to go ahead and end it for that reason, because really no need to stay live if there's nothing going on. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with our sponsors, the RKG Automotive Group. If you're looking for your new dream car, go check them out on Facebook. And also, you can give them a call if you see something you like on Facebook. 256-323-7323. Make sure you go check them out. Longtime supporter of us. We really appreciate y'all very much. They're RKG Automotive. And also, Sammy Brook Photography. Been sponsoring us for a little while as well. We really appreciate you, Sammy Brook Photography. If you need person to do photography for a wedding or family gatherings, or maybe some other things, go check her out on Facebook, Sammy Brook Photography. Also, our new sponsor. If you get any roof damage, which hopefully you don't, but if you do, they have 24/7 emergency tarping, All-Star Roofing. They have free inspections and also free estimates, and you can give them a call at 256-687-0024. Make sure if you call any of these, say, hey, I saw this on DeKalb County Severe Weather Team's live stream and on their Facebook page. It'd help us out a lot. Just give us a shout out there. All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. Y'all like and subscribe, follow, and be safe in this crazy world that we live in these days. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much, and we'll see y'all on the next update. Take care. Be blessed out there. Be safe.